Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nerdlings of all ages, Jorisar here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about power leveling in Pokemon Go. Now, it's taken the world by storm, and it is absolutely the best thing since sliced bread. Everybody is playing it, but the game does require a lot of grinding. One of the best ways to power level, if not the best way at the moment, is a method known as Pidgey farming, but I'm going to be going in a little more detail and show you how I managed to get over 50,000 experience points in under 25 minutes. You heard that absolutely correctly. I'm going to be showing you in this video how I did that, and I wasn't even taking it to the max. That was me like trying it over a couple of days super casually to set this up. So hopefully you'll be able to replicate it, and if you have more time to go and play, you'll also be able to level jump the same way I did. Let's take a look how it's done. Now this is my character in Pokemon Go. As you can see, he is extremely handsome and all-round good-looking chap. Now he's also level 17, as you can see. I've been setting this experiment up over the last couple of days, and he is currently at 2784 out of 20,000 experience points needed to get to level 18. Let's take a look at the Pokemon though. Here is where things get critical. You'll notice there are a lot of low-level Pokemon here. Your Pidgeys, your Rattatas, and your Zubats. And you can see I have an awful lot of candy. 343 on the Pidgey alone, and there's a very good reason for this. Evolve costs 12, remember that. I'm going to go ahead and show you how much candy I have for Rattata as well, 317. This was all collected over the last couple of days, and basically, I have more candy here than Willy Wonka could hope for in a movie sequel. So all is well. I even have enough candy to evolve 3 Zubats, even though it costs 50 candy to evolve each one. So a lot of the Pokemon in my inventory, or to be honest, basically all of them save a couple that I'm trying to fight for gyms, can be evolved straight away with the candy that I have saved up. Now, when you get to level 9, you get a lucky egg for the first time. You also get another one at level 10. It doubles your experience for 30 minutes. It's very, very important that you save these for something like this if you want to level up as quickly as possible. So I've now activated a lucky egg, and I am going in, and all I'm going to be doing for the next half an hour is evolving every single Pokemon. Why would I be doing this, you ask? It's very simple. Evolving a Pokemon gets you 500 experience points. So combined with a lucky egg, it gets you 1,000 experience points. Evolving a Pokemon from start to finish takes approximately 25 seconds. So let's take into account also coming back out into the menu and choosing the next Pokemon to evolve. Let's call it 30 seconds, right? In half an hour, that theoretically means if you had enough Pokemon and you had enough candy, you can evolve 60 different Pokemon. That's 60,000 experience points in half an hour. Or, if you had 2 lucky eggs and enough Pokemon in your inventory, that can end up being 120,000 experience points over the course of an hour. So hopefully you see where I'm going with this now. I'm evolving every single Pokemon I can possibly get my mitts on. I also live next to a Pokestop, so at the end of it all, I basically flick that through. But I'm right now going through about, I think, 30 to 40 different Pokemon that I'm constantly trying to evolve. So let's skip ahead now to the end of me evolving all of these Pokemon in my inventory, and I will show you what the results were and how you can replicate it yourself.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. Our hearts so true, our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Gotta catch 'em all.
So, at the end of all of that, despite 3 days worth of prep work, while I was playing Pokemon Go on the way to work, on the way home, and occasionally while I was at home as well, I actually ran out of Pokemon to evolve in 24 minutes and 45 seconds. With the remainder of my lucky egg time, I caught 4 Pokemon that happened to spawn nearby. So instead of 100 experience each, I got 200 experience each. Plus, I went to my Pokestop, which is more or less just outside my window, and got an extra 100 experience from that. The grand total of the amount of experience I got brought me to level 19. And I was level 19 with 11,684 experience. Now, let's compare that with where I was at the beginning of this experiment. I was level 17 and I had 2,784 experience. To get to level 18, I needed 20,000, so that means I needed 17,216 more. I got there. Then, from level 18 to level 19, you need 25,000 experience. I skipped that entirely and got to level 19 with 11,684. What does that mean? It means that in total, I got 53,900 experience in half an hour. And if you think about me running out of Pokemon to evolve 25 minutes in, I actually got 53,000 experience in 25 minutes. So if you had enough Pidgeys, Rattatas, or other Pokemon that you had enough candy to evolve in your repository of Pokemon at the beginning and used 2 lucky eggs immediately, one after the other, this technique could get you upwards of 120,000 experience. That's in 1 hour. And I got enough candy to spend an entire 25 minutes doing nothing but evolving Pokemon with a lucky egg. I managed to gather that number of Pokemon in 3 days. The total amount of playing time I probably put into the game in this period was somewhere between maybe 4.5 and 6 hours, and it was pretty casual playing as well. It wasn't very hardcore. On the way to work sometimes I would pick up maybe 10 Pokemon, and it only takes me 20 minutes to get to work. So have a think about that. Make sure you keep your lucky egg for when you can use it the best. Make sure you keep the candy from your Pokemon, and don't evolve and power up your Pokemon too early, because as you get higher trainer level, you also encounter bigger Pokemon in the wild, more powerful Pokemon, so you won't need to train up the Pokemon you already have. You can just catch wild Pokemon that are even stronger, and you get to keep your Stardust and candies. Guys, I hope this has been a really useful tutorial and a really useful guide for you. I'm going to be trying to do the same thing to ideally jump from level 19 to 21 perhaps, or maybe even more if I prepare even better for the next time I jump. Use your lucky eggs well, make sure you click like and subscribe on the video, and I'll see you next time for more tips. Take care.